Great lunch. Thank you, folks, for organising that for the marshals and the helpers. It was beautiful. And right now we've got the first of the Reacher Formula One Bridgestone class here at the Bruce McLaren Motorsport Park for the first round of the Suzuki International Series 2020. And on pole position, Damon Rees, Scotty Moyer there in second spot, Alistair Hugenbosom and Mitch Rees, Richie Dibbin, Sloane Frost, Daniel Medham, Dave Hall, Jaden Hassan, Dave Sharp and Ray Clee. So a good clean start there. Watch the fireworks. This is fireworks aplenty. This is the big boys and no girls in there. Last woman I think we had racing superbikes in New Zealand Formula One was Sophie Lovett from Australia, but some hard charges amongst all these riders, top level New Zealand Superbike Championship level riders. So we're in for some fireworks here with 8 laps at Taupo. Next weekend, Manfield, and then, of course, the final at the Suzuki Series at the Cemetery Circuit on Boxing Day, Brad Ritchie.
Yeah, great start, Scotty Moyer. He leads them ahead of the number one, not on the bike, but number one in the New Zealand Superbike Championship, Alistair Hugenbosom, all the way from Christchurch coming up there. And a great start from Daniel Medham. He finds himself right up in the thick of it as well. We've got the two Team Reeves Hondas in there about 5th and 6th place at the moment, so work to do from them. Damon didn't quite get the good start off pole position, so we'll see what he can do from about 6th place at the moment. It is the local man, Scotty Moyer, on the CD Vandermeer Builders Pro Moto Dyno Lab, but Suzuki, he flies down into turn number 10 and 11 and it goes out of our sight, but lucky for us we have Ctas Grant and the team doing some great work and bringing us these pictures, and it is live at the moment. So down the back straight they scream, the big F1 machines, and Reacher on board with us here bringing us this action. So an 8 lap here, this will be frantic pace, and Scotty Moyer on the Dunlop tyres this year, so it'll be interesting to see if we can get those to work. We've got one, I think Richie Dibbin's gone straight on into the flip-flop, so lucky that he didn't get second best there, but no, everyone's on board, everyone's got away, and Scotty Moyer ahead of Alistair Hugenbosom, Daniel Medham, Mitchell Rees, Damon Rees, and then Richie Dibbin, your top 6. So good to see David Hall, a long time friend of yours, brought up to the 1000cc machine this year.
Yeah, he ran thousands about 4 or 5 seasons ago, then settled back onto the 600. So he's bought James Hugenbosom's old superbike and running the number 27, supported by PJ Racing. So good to see him back out here. Also supported by Pirelli Tyres. I see his father down here from Te Awamutu, Trevor Hall Motorcycles. Trevor and Susie Hall own that company, flat out at work and that, but the father's come down there to have a look and support him. So right now it's tightening up out of the front, out of turn 7 here at Bruce McLaren Motorsport Park. It looks like Alistair Hugenbosom's starting to feed something back into the lack of, closing the distance between first and second. He's hunting Scotty Moyer. Scotty Moyer has had a lap record round here. The lap record currently for Formula One, it says here, is Jaden Hassan, a 1:27.797 for the Formula One class. Don't have a superbike lap record. We do actually, a 1:27.357. So 1:27.357. But this is the Formula One class. So it is Jaden Hassan. Jaden Hassan carrying some injury after he crashed here about a month ago, coming into turn 11, got sideways coming out of turn 10, and ended up with, I think, something like 8 broken ribs. So he says it's very, very hard to move the bike around with all those broken ribs. So onto the front straight here, and it still is Scotty Moyer, followed by Alistair Hugenbosom, and then we got in third place, it is Dan Medham on the 34 machine, Mitch Rees, Damon Rees, Richie Dibbin, David Hall, Sloane Frost, Jaden Hassan, Dave Sharp and Ray Clee back out. I don't think he'd run much last year round, but back on the 100th year anniversary Suzuki. Suzuki started off in the music business. I don't know when they started making motorbikes. I think it was in the late 50s. But it's a 100-year Suzuki and a beautifully presented machine. Ray Clee, just everything he touches perfect.
All right, so there it is. The battle for the front is definitely a 2-horse race at the moment. Scotty Moyer won 1:27.9 that time around, so definitely frantic pace. But matching him in 1:27.95 for Alistair Hugenbosom. So those two are definitely the two in front at the moment. And then Daniel Medham just holding up the Rees boys at the moment. So 3rd, 4th and 5th is a good little tussle there. And the Rees boys is all desperate to get ahead of Daniel Medham and try and get after those two in the front. We've got Richie Dibbin. He is our current 600 Supersport national champion. He's gone up to the 1000 as well. So cool to see him in there, as well as David Hall. Sloane Frost, talking to Sloane, and he hasn't had much bike time, so just happy to ease his way into the series and come good for the other side of the new year. So Sloane Frost, former multi-time New Zealand Superbike champion, out there in 8th place. Jay Nissan, he's also a former New Zealand Superbike champion on the M1 BMW, so doing some good things as we see. Oh, someone's gone. That's Mitchell going straight on in through the flip-flop, so outbrakes himself and got really locked up and tangled, so hasn't lost too much track position, but definitely lost one position to his little brother Damo. So great to have Damo back for the summer. He did such a good job over in the British Superbike Championships. And he's just gone up the inside of Daniel Medham as well, so look at that. Just the composure to see his brother run off into the flip-flop and then stalk down this front straight. And up in 3rd place now, Damon Rees on the Team Rees Honda. We've got Daniel Medham in behind him, Richie Dimon and Mitchell Rees. So Mitch, a bit of damage control now after getting in all sorts of trouble down the end of the back straight. Well locked up and ran straight on into the flip-flop. But here it is, the 2-horse race out in front at the moment. Scotty Moir and Alistair Hugenbosen. But now, let's see if Damon Rees can reel these guys in. There's still 4.5 to 5 laps to go, and it's still anyone's at the moment, Spider.
Yeah, Alistair Hugenbosen is pretty strong form at the moment. He's done 3 seasons on the same bike. He used to jump from team to team and run a various number of bikes, and so he come in every year trying to develop a new bike and sometimes different tyres. So he's now settled on to the Yamaha in his 3rd season. He said he's glad he got Friday practice in as well as Saturday. He spent a lot of time on Saturday changing some things, and some of it didn't work. That's good. That meant they got 2 full days of preparation, and look, it shows that he's really on form there. Scotty Moir's bike quite a bit faster down that long straight, so he opens up a bit of a lead there. It was on the last lap. No, don't have that on the timing screen. It was about 0.2 of a second, 0.3, but I'm going to say it's closed up. Definitely Alistair Hugenbosen on the 43 on the Blue Crew Yamaha there is giving him a hard time. In fact, Alistair Hugenbosen were 1:27.859, a 1:27.865 on the last lap for 1:27.709 for Demon Damo Rees on the 92 machine in 3rd spot. He's got a bit of a lonely ride there. It's 120, 140 metres between 3rd and 2nd, and there's about 50 metres back to that gaggle fighting out for 4th, 5th and 6th, and that's a tight fight there amongst them as Richie Dimon there, Daniel Medham and Mitch Rees. It is, I think, Medham up front in that pack. Then the blue bike, the Barrick-sponsored machine, Total Span Suzuki GSX-R 1000, closes up and he's looking on the inside, going into the hairpin, and that is turn 7 here at Bruce McLaren Motorsport Park, and right in behind him is indeed Mitchell Rees on the 62 machine. Mitchell Rees goes round the outside, not quite enough, pulls up right alongside him in turn 9 there, but Dimon is a bit stronger coming out of that corner. The 2 lead bikes disappear out of sight. It is closing. It's still the Scotty Moir machine out in the front with Alistair Hugenbosen there in 2nd place. Still a great tussle on there for 3rd, 4th and 5th, Brad Ritchie.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is brilliant. So our leaders are down the back straight at the moment. There's 2 of them. They are flying, and then Damon Rees definitely looks to be reeling them in as well. So I'd say the fastest man on track at the moment, the 92 in 3rd place. He was 1:27.7 that time around, but he's running out of laps. There's only going to be 3 to go when they cross the line. Here it is out of turn 14 and down the front straight. There's definitely grouped up there. Mitchell Rees is desperate to try and get around this fight here. So 4th, 5th and 6th, no change to them at the moment, but they are separated by less than a second. So 1:27.7, so he was quite considerably faster than the 2 in front of him that time around. Damon Rees, look out for him with 3 laps to go. Definitely reeling in those front 2, but he is running out of laps. Daniel Medham still doing a great job holding off Richie Dimon and Mitchell Rees. So Mitchell has a good run out of turn 3, having a look, but he's not going to be close enough. And Richie Dimon, he's quite a superior braker. It's going to be quite hard to try and find a move around there, but Mitchell Rees definitely desperate to try and get something happening here. That's your top 6. Go Sloane Frost, David Hall, Dave Sharp, and the Hasman, Jaden Hassan. Brilliant stuff. Rounding out our top 10 with Ray Clee back in 11th. So only 11 bikes out there, Spider, but that is 11 of the nation's best, and what a treat we've got here, the Reach Leathers F1 Racing. And
a new lap record by just about half a second, or over half a second. We had a 1:27.797. It is now 1:27.235 by Damon Rees, and he's back in 3rd place. So a new lap record for Formula 1.
Absolutely fine.
Indeed, that's a new outright lap record, a 1:27.357 for Superbikes by Scotty Moir. It is better than that, a 1:27.235. So an outright record for the track here at Bruce McLaren Motorsport Park. This is the first day of the first round of the Suzuki International Series 2020. We don't have any internationals here. We've got international quality. Another Rees overshooting that. That's 3 people in one race have gone through there, Brad Ritchie.
Yeah, that's Mitch again. So Mitch just pushing a bit too hard, just trying everything he can. So that time around, 1:27.8. Alistair Hugenbosen does his fastest lap of the race, and 10th of a second quickest. Only got a 10th out of them that time, and with the gap on about right up the inside there, so we'll have a look at that one there. We've got a change of position out in front. Al Hoogie has done it. He is now our race leader into turn number 7. He goes. What a move. He has just pulled off. Scotty Moyer back in second place, and now Damon Rees ready to pounce if these guys go hammer and tongs. We see Scotty Moyer arguing back around turn number 8. He's going to have the inside line, and he's going to get it done as well. Can he get that online again? I think Al Hoogie's got the undercut, so they're side by side as they head out of distance around turn 10 into 11. We'll have a look on the Ctas replay. I think it's gone back to Al Hoogie now, but look what it's done. It's brought Damon Rees right into this fight, so now we've got a three-way tussle with a lap and the back straight to go. This one is going to come down to the wire. And this is frantic stuff. 8-lap races, these guys will be given no quarter. It's only a 6-race series, so these are good championship points up for grabs. Al Hoogie leads Scott Moyer and Damon Rees into the flip-flop here. The white flag ready and waiting, so we're going to be on our last lap. We've got Daniel Medham still doing a great job. Keeping ahead of Richie Dibbin and Mitchell Rees. So 2 3-way fights on at the moment, Spider.
Indeed, Sloan Frost and Dave Sharp just set their fastest lap. These front 3 guys will be slowing each other down a bit. Best time 1:27.235 and a lap record. They're now running in the 1:27.6s. In fact, a 1:29.115 for Scotty Moyer. So something went wrong in that last lap. Damon Rees a 1:27.6, 1:28.6 for Alistair Hugenbosom. 3 of them come out of turn 5 here at Bruce McLaren Motorsport Park. This is the last lap of the Formula 1 Reacher class. Reacher, outstanding world-class premium European motorcycle apparel.
This is good. We can't take our eyes off this one. Here we go with this one. We've had plenty of drama here. We've lost someone in 3rd and 4th there, so we're not sure what's happened to them. We've got one down in turn 1. I think that might be Richie Dibbin. So we've definitely got that front 3 flying at the moment. Then we go back to a Honda in 4th place. So we're not sure what happened. We missed it into turn 1. We'll keep an eye on the front 3. They're into turn 11 at the moment, heading down the back straight. There's still no change. It's still Al Hoogie ahead of Scotty Moyer, and then Damon Rees, but then go back to 4th place in a lonely 4th now, Mitchell Rees. So keep an update. We haven't lost Daniel Medham anywhere that we can see, so he must be still there in 5th place. Here we go. Oh, a big move from Damon Rees. He's going to go deep into the flip-flop. He's going to get Scotty, but he's run deep. Scotty's gone back on him. Then we go there side by side around turn 14. Al Hoogie's going to get out of this one and win this race one. And then Scotty Moyer's going to come second. Damon Rees nearly got it done in the flip-flop. That was ambitious, to say the least, and a phenomenal race one. 4th place for Mitchell Rees. He comes through after going grass tracking twice in that moto, so well done to him. Sloan Frost is going to get into 5th place, so we'll keep an update on that one. I think that is a Barrack Sports Bar GSXR 1000 out in turn 1 there, Spider, so hopefully Richie Dibbin is A-OK. We missed the Carnage-on track, but having a good little battle and Daniel Medham. Daniel Medham finishes in 7th place ahead of Dave Sharp and Jaden Hassan, and some good points there for David Hall finishing in 6th.
So something's gone on there. Daniel Medham's last lap was 1:45. His best lap was 1:28. So some big dramas there for Daniel Medham. So hopefully whatever's going on, probably with the bike or he's having an overshoot, he'll get it sorted. He might have been tangled up in that incident down in turn 1 where Richie Dibbin crashed. He might have got run wide there. Didn't see it, but we're just trying to work out 20 seconds he's lost in that final lap. So it's pushed him all the way back to 7th in the Reacher Formula 1. Also supported by Bridgestone tyres.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. Reacher Premium European Motorcycle Apparel on board. Just another fantastic product from White's Power Sports, which help us out here at the Suzuki International Series with our Shoei helmets and Bridgestone tyres as well. Fantastic to have them coming on board. So Formula 1 racing, boy, that was action-packed. 8 laps of fury there, and the win goes to our New Zealand Superbike champion, Alistair Hugenbosom, ahead of Scotty Moyer and Damon Rees at your podium. Mitchell Rees, he had an adventurous race, to say the least. He got 4th place. Sloan Frost in 5th, David Hall in 6th. Daniel Medham for 7th place, Dave Sharp, Jaden Hassan and Ray Clee rounding out our top 10, and the DNF for Richie Dibbin, who looks to be up and A-OK, but the bike down in turn 1. So there we go, that one there. We'll cross down to Neil, who will have our podium for the Reacher Leathers F1 Superbikes.
Average lap speed 143.45 miles an hour, 143.402. That's the first two. 144.437, 144.437. So that's outstanding. Looking forward to next weekend at Manfield. Still got most of a day's racing here. We aren't even through round 1. Sunday racing, Saturday practice. Get to Manfield, and if you can't do that, make sure you spread the word about Ctas Live broadcasting it.
So here's... Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing.
Should be working, should be. Says it's on, says it's on.
Right.
I don't know, did it? No. Nothing going on there at all. Bugger. Sound check, there we go. And checking it again, check. Work any better? Not working at all. I don't know quite what's going on. Might have to get that one of Brad's and see if that's any different. Yeah, here we go.
His feet's working. Here we are. Unfortunately, we haven't got the sound coming through at the track here, but welcome back to New Zealand, Damon Rees. You stuffed the start up and made it real hard for yourself, but what a good little go on the last lap, mate.
Yeah, I did my best, to be honest. It was a crap start. Just really messed up into turn one. It was being a bit too soft, really. Should have been a little bit braver than that. I thought about sticking into Scotty into turn one off the start, and I was like, oh no, I'll just sit back, and I sat back way too much, and they all just swamped me. So anyway, I sort of kept a cool head and charged through and had a go. I tried, but too late, I guess. Maybe a couple more laps.
And you've made everyone in New Zealand real proud this year doing what you did over there with Shano and stuff. What a season, you've had over there?
Yeah, it's been a fantastic year. I mean, I couldn't have asked for much better. It was just a lot of fun, and I brought out a lot of results that maybe weren't expected. So really happy with the whole year. We put a lot of effort in, Talia and I, and the family. So it's nice that it's all paid off, that's for sure.
Cool to have you back here, mate, and good race one.